What's up, guys? Buck back at you today. Make another video. It's been a while. So I'm going to give you a little panoramic around here in a second. There's a big black monster right there in front of us. See if you can see it. What is that? It's moving. What is it? It's Charlie Dog. The big black monster. Let's go see what Charlie's doing. I'm out here. I have to look. It's going to be a little windy over here. I got to look for a baby tree while I'm out here on this island for Diggy. I bring 3 little pots. We haven't even checked out this side of the island. Look at that giant willow. We haven't even checked out this side of the island, so you guys are kind of coming over here with me at first. So if we find like a dead body or something, you'll see it live on this video. Not that this is live, I guess. Apparently we're going underneath of this willow tree. Are you hunting? Hollowed out Bigfoot nest. There's a bunch of that bad stuff. I forget the name of that right this second, but it's dead, so that's good. Char Bear, let's backtrack. We will have to look around over here. It's all weeds when you look at the ground here, eh? There's not a lot of baby trees, and if there was, there'd be willows, because that's mainly what's on this island everywhere. I guess there's a cottonwood over there. That big tree right there that's in the middle of the frame, that's a big cottonwood. Everything else you're going to see around here is all willow. Char Bear, where are you going? You hunting? You're quietly hunting and I'm messing it right up for you, eh? All right, you go hunting. We're going to backtrack with this camera and show you guys what I got going on here today. There's the old riverbank. Oh, Charlie's coming with me. Good girl. We're out here on this island for the night, so we are definitely gonna have to get some more firewood. And like I say, I'm gonna explore different. If I have to, I'll explore different parts of the island so I can find a couple trees. Because Diggy used to camp out here. This was Diggy and I's campsite right here. That's how much firewood we got ready so far. My chair and stuff over there, my tree full of stuff, tent. I always pull my canoe up in here, and that way nobody knows I'm here. We just get peace and quiet. She was here. Charlie hasn't been here with me for many years. She was here when she was a pup, and she got so big I just took Digger. Today, she almost killed us once, bringing her out in the canoe for the first time as a big dog like this. But I knew to keep her right with me in the back, you know. I kept her right at my feet. And when she stood up and tried to walk around, it was like, okay, that's gonna sink us. We're on a deer trail right now. If you can see this little trail we're following. And so I was like, okay, shit, that's gonna sink me. So I made her lay down at my feet, and that's how we did it. We got lots of stinging nettles. The dog's just kind of going down through them. I might go around them a bit. Charlie, I don't know if I'm going through there. You're on your own. If you run into something really big, just bark. I'll come get you. Yeah, she's still hunting quietly. I can see her moving ahead up there. That's okay. She's a big girl. She can take care of herself. But yeah, I don't know. Out here, like, look at this mess of stuff, right? And it's just all weeds, stinging nettles. So it might be kind of hard to find a baby tree. I might have to go to a different part of the island. Excuse me for 1 second while I make my way through here. Let's come to the bottom. I can kind of move around over here. This is where I was getting some of my firewood from tonight. Just gonna listen for Charlie. If she gets in trouble, I'll have to take off. But she's kind of, oh, there she is. You following me, aren't you, Boozer, huh? There she is. She's too afraid to go too far over there by herself. She'll go back to camp by herself. But she didn't want to follow that game trail alone. How come you didn't follow that trail? Too afraid to go hunt by yourself? You're a house dog now. But yeah, let's walk through Lake Cobweb. Old empty bottle on the ground. The river washes stuff up. See, like I say, yeah, it's a lot of weeds out here. I don't know. It may not be so easy for me to find a baby tree in all this mess, eh? But you guys know me, I will. Let's go back through. Okay, I'm just a little farther than what I came in. I didn't come in this far for firewood. I came in right over here in front of us. No mosquitoes. I got no spray on. I got no thermocell on. And at least for now, this time of the day, there's nothing. There's no mosquitoes out here right now, so that's good. Yeah, this is where I was gathering firewood from. Charlie dog will just have to go around that log. But yeah, it's her first time out here since she was a pup. Diggy has been out here for many years. I want to show you guys something, speaking of Diggy. Many years. That's been me and Diggy's tree. That's been our campsite right there. Sometimes out there behind the tree I would knock down the bulrushes and it gives you like a little view out there, you know. I've done that many times. Me and Charlie are just spending one night. It's all my stuff. Got Charlie's stuff. We're just spending one night, so I'm not gonna knock down those weeds out there. But just in front of all those cattails is the river. I'm gonna show you guys something because I was speaking of Diggy. This log right here that's down on the ground. Let me get down here. So that log, I would knock down those cattails and you could just see out and watch the river. And Diggy would sit right there by that log. He would just sit there and watch all the boats and people go by and everything. Right there where Charlie's just walking through. But that was Diggy's log. That was his spot out here. I'd be, whoa, I'm walking the tree branch. So like, he'd be there at that log watching out over that river, right there where Char is, and I would be sitting right there, you know, so I could just turn my head back and see him. And even at night, the old Dig would just wander over. Let me get back down here so I can see. He would just wander over and sit there. That was his spot. But right now the cattails are up. But he really liked that. I'd clear them out for him and give him a little window to the river. He always loved that. So yeah, she's that's a trail back in there. There's another giant willow where I used to always get my firewood. At their tent, that is the tent that Diggy and I slept in many a nights. Every night that we ever camped out here, Diggy and I had a blue tent before this one I used by myself when I would come out alone. But yeah, tonight it'll be me and Charlie cramped in that, but as you can see, it's big enough for me and Char. There's enough room in there for me and my dog. She's a big dog, but we will fit. I'll show you guys this willow a little bit, get closer to it. Take the trail. I just put my track pants on before I start moving around because, like I said, there's nettles and stuff over here. I didn't see any baby trees back here. You can kind of go back in there on the other side. Over the years, there used to be, when I first started camping out here, there was a lot of firewood around this crazy thing. And it's huge too, like that part right there. If I was to measure that, that's probably over 10 feet. And like, if you look back towards camp, there's that big one right there that we camp under. And it's the same way where it's over 10 feet. You want to go in here, Char? This is another deer trail this way. It always has been. The deer will come in. Sometimes they come into camp a little at night. You'll hear them and stuff. They'll come in pretty close. They're off. There's other little islands of trees like this out here that you can get to. So that's where the deer are. But that little meadow that's my campsite, they like that at night. They come in there. Well, anyway, I better shut this down. I just wanted to make a quick little YouTube video for you guys so you can see. We're just out here for the night, me and Char. It was just a test run. So like I say, if you got a dog that's that big in a canoe, make sure she's laying down at your feet and she stays laying down. Otherwise, you're in trouble because she was standing up. She was definitely going to flip you. It was a little hairy for a minute there. See again, all just little weeds over here. I'll have the morning to hunt for a tree and maybe tonight, you know what I mean? I still got to gather some firewood and stuff. Other than that though, camp is pretty much set up and good to go. It's all just little sticks and stuff and debris, you know what I mean? I'm not going to come back here for an armload of little stuff. I might come in for that, excuse me, the little log right there. I've lost my muskrat floats that I used to have in here. They're gone for good now, I think. Unless I refine them one day. But those were always my little tables. I put my coffee and stuff out at night. But now, I don't know if you guys seen it. We'll go back to camp for a second. Heather bought me at Christmas time, just this past Christmas. Heather bought me that little table and chair that's out there. Let's go look at that. Make her way. Sorry, I know this video is going to be like all over the place too, but when you're just holding your phone and walking through all this stuff, there's part of another deer trail right there. Yeah, she's a little shaky when you're walking through all this craziness, eh? But Charlie really, I was worried that because she hasn't been here for so long, she literally is kind of a house dog. Diggy was my man out here. He was my river dog, eh? Charlie's a little big for a river dog when you got a small boat. But we are outbound, just like it says. That's what we are. There's the back of that table and chair. Like I say, that was just this year for Christmas, right? There's my smokes on there, my knife, because I got to cut up some sticks later to cook hot dogs on. So there it is. And there's my little pile ready to get going later for, there's a Charlie pooping over there in the corner. Be her first time pooping in this campsite since she was a pup. Well, anyways, guys, I'll end it there. You guys all have a good night. Take it easy. Love you. And I'll make a video in the morning because that's a reward. When you camp out here, the morning is your reward. It's so perfect out here in the morning. It's like you just want to build a house and never go home again. All right. Have a good weekend, you guys. Love you.